Ah, yes, this is Dr. Arcanon. What do I want this festive season? Unknown artifacts wrapped up in asps. Enjoy yourselves.
Hutton Orbital. They don't make 'em like this anymore. Health and safety won't let us.
Across the station, someone has been dangling their baubles. They've been putting up tinsel. There's a tree hanging by magnets from the ceiling in the bar. Cecil tried untangling the lights from last year and vanished under the pile, muttering. And much to his disapproval, someone else tried putting little reindeer ears on Alvin. He wasn't impressed. However, with a waft of cinnamon and rosy red cheeks, the radio crew huff and puff into the studio. They've been eating all the mince pies. Just in time for one of them to say,
Our mics are, hopefully, live. Okay, I suppose as I'm called Rudolph, I need to lead the way tonight. Badum-tush. Welcome to Hutton's traditional Christmas silliness with Seams. Some music, some news, and maybe even later in the show, a live performance of this year's Hutton Pantomime.
to be fair, this entire show is normally a complete pantomime.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, yes,
it is.
Don't you start that. Anyway, did you know that in space no one can hear your baubles crack?
Oh, no, they can.
Well, I've been preparing for Christmas by jingling my bells.
Hopefully that's behind me.
And I've been stuffing Mrs. Crevice's stocking.
Ooh, I've got a cracker of a joke for you.
You can save that one for later. In the meantime, I suppose we better do some headlines. With a warning, having totally failed to feed the machine last time I did the show with images for you all, I fed the machine. Yes, I gave the script to Mr. Dusty, and he chewed it for a bit and put together the images that you might or might not be about to see. That's it. We're all doomed.
Doomed. Knitting nanas knit a naughty nana.
"72 weeks? Crikey."
A festive frenzy of galactic traditions, speeches, and top tunes.
Spiraling space storms and Thargoid tiffs.
We glanced past all the tinsel at the big board of, oh no, in Hutton space.
Don't say we didn't warn you. Multiple times. Yes, Galnet is reporting that all the people that were rescued from the Titans, and then went missing, and then turned up, and then were locked away for our and their safety, and probinated extensively, have been sent home with a quick "there, there," and a couple of credits for their troubles. Media outlets, including this very one, have been quick to point out that this is a bad idea. Well, no, it's the humane and sensible thing to do. After all, they're probably all going stark raving bonkers in their temporary accommodation, if they weren't already as a result of the experience on the Titans. But seriously, look at your history. Look at Jameson and the mycoid thing and the last war against the Thargoids. We got rid of Tharg the Mighty and his or her or their mighty minions by giving them space lurgy. So if you were Tharg the Mighty, and you kept being kicked in the baubles by Valkyrius and Hackswing and Auntie IDA, or is that Ida, and all the AX pilots, and even your shiny new spires are being robbed and destroyed with wild abandon, and every man or woman, Jack with a pop gun, what would you do? Yes, you'd give humanity its just desserts. You'd give us all the lurgy. Back to bed, everyone, with 2 paracetamol, a cold flannel on the forehead, and a there, just like earlier. And when we were all moaning about Xeno flu, you'd sneak back in and loot the place, put up Thargy flags, and claim everything in the name of Tharg the Mighty and his, or her, or their mighty minions, who of course all work for Tharg the Mighty, so really it all just belongs to Tharg. Of course, there's the other option. But we've seen the film 28 Days Later, and we do not fancy that happening at George Lucas Station. Not with all those leathery eggs about. Aliens and zombies versus humanity? Sounds almost as scary as Sharknado. So, our recommendation: stay in space. Don't get out of your ship, or if you do, keep your rem lock closed at all times.
As is traditional at this time of year, a mysterious treasure hunt has been thrown into the galaxy and strange messages have started arriving in people's inboxes. The rewards? Well, it's mostly jumpers, a few pair of socks, maybe a scarf. All the things you need to make your commander look less like they're in the 34th century and more like they're a reject from a Hallmark channel in the telly box. But behind these gifts is a small army of toiling nanas, grannies galore, maybe a few aunties as well, but they're just nanas in waiting. And they've been delivered whole Type 9s full of dyed wool specially. There was one problem: the yellow wool. They had too much of it. The reds and greens and the bright blues were fine, but the yellows just had to make everyone look a bit poorly. So the nanas had an idea. They'd been listening to the show and noticed that despite Hutton being fans of, along with the Merkin people, of using bananas for scale, there were no bananas. Yes, we have no bananas today. Being the enterprising space Etsy trading ladies and the odd chap that they are, they set about rectifying this as quickly as possible. Crocheting, knitting, weaving and generally crafting as many bananas as possible. All to scale, of course. Which scale? No one can tell, but if you hold them up at just the right distance from anything you're taking a picture of, you can safely say that it's 1 banana in size. As for the mysterious messages, well, rumours are that Flossy solved them all and has a whole wardrobe full of new jumpers and enough fireworks to keep the Thargoids at bay for at least the next 2 years.
Weeks 71 and 72 of Too Hot Too Messy saw commanders collectively pass 11,300 deliveries. Numbers are still down, dipping below 1,000 for 2 weeks running, pulling the 4-week average down to a little above 1,100. So, since you're logging in anyway to grab your arcs, could you maybe drop off the odd mug or 10 to help out? With a live expansion, an elated population at the prospect of a Christmas Panto and public holiday, gen production is at an all-time high. So head over to the Orbital and fill your boots, or your fleet carrier, or whatever you want to collect it in. It looks as though the last-minute shoppers have headed out of Hutton, so they can pick up some Hutton mugs and Centauri Megagin as stocking fillers. Approaches to the Orbital are clear, and commanders should be able to get to a landing pad easily. Be sure to leave cookies and gin on the front porch for Gusto the Clown. Otherwise he'll probably break into your house and steal everything. But in the last 2 weeks, we've had 4 runs with The Berk at 1 hours 23 minutes and 8 seconds, Norbert Patternord at 1 hours 24 minutes and 3 seconds, Steve King at 1 hour 24 minutes and 10 seconds, and Stretching Me Knackers at 1 hour 26 minutes and 11 seconds. We think the itch took a while to get to.
With the galactic festive weekend approaching at speed, there are a number of traditions that the galaxy just can't do without. Buying up everything from the local commodity market that's marked food. Buying up all the booze, especially the rare stuff. Watching the insert leader of your favourite faction here speech, whilst trying not to nod off. And of course, watching the Galnet News Digest Personality of the Year ceremony. All 6 hours of it. With Commanders Wotherspoon and Beetlejude heralding all the successful pilots out there who've got personality. In space. Montages of their greatest GalTube videos, their sporting prowess leaping small SRVs over big mountains, the totalizer on their axe bonds. You name it, they're going through the lot, with clapping and backslapping and tearful acceptance speeches. Then there's the other thing, the festive number 1. We don't know whether it will be that Wham song for over the 400th time. Plenty of you will have been sent to Whamhalla, but what do we know is who the biggest number 2 this season is. It's LCU No Fool Like One. On streams alone, he's managed to rack up enough hours of playtime to qualify for the top 10. When you add the Thargoid resin pressed vinyl special edition, he's comfortably in the number 2 slot. The only reason he's not number 1? The Federation have vowed to empty their coffers just enough to buy up enough songs to keep him from galactic fame, from being played over and over again every year and celebrated almost as much as those silly sausage rolls were. As long as it isn't that awful Mariah Carey song, that would be a step too far.
Steering well away from the mulled wine for a second, and I know we're covering space news later in the show, but that's space news from 2023, not 33 something. When are we again? 3309? 3308? Anyway, 09 is it? Anyway, Rory Rapid Fire Wrigglesworth, Hutton's rabid roving space reporter, has been relentlessly roaming the galaxy to bring us real space news, up to the minute. Here goes with his first attempt at an article for the show. First up, a spectacular sight in Sagittarius A star. A swirling storm of sparkly space dust has suddenly surged, spinning into a spectacular spiral. Scientists say this scintillating spectacle is surprisingly stable, showcasing a shimmering, swirling synthesis of stellar substances. In trade tidings, the titanium tycoons of Tau Ceti are in a tizzy. Their transport of top-tier tech toys is thwarted by a tricky troop of thieving Thargoids. These thorny thugs thoroughly thought that they could thwart our traders, but our brave bounty hunters bashed their belligerent butts back into the black. Meanwhile, in mining matters, a merry band of miners on Merope 5C made a monumental mark. They've managed to mine a massive mound of mysterious, mesmerizing minerals, making a merry mint in the market. Miners' moods are mostly merry, marred only by minor malfunctions in machinery. Last but not least, a word on the weather. Watch out for wacky wormholes warping around Wolf 359. Wayward wanderers may well witness weird wobbly waveforms weaving through the warp. Wear your warp-resistant wearables and wave goodbye to wobbles. Okay, can someone get human resources on the phone, please? Is this the Rory chap on the payroll? Is there any chance he can be moved to another department, please? I think I pulled a muscle in my tongue reading that, and, health and safety and all that. Oh, you can. Oh, cheers. We won't be doing that again, everyone.
Things are going through somewhat of a morning after the office Christmas party vibe in Hutton space this week. As usual, there are 5 systems on Alvin's report, with one so low it has fallen out of orbital cruise. More on those stories coming up. After momentarily bumping its head on 40 a month ago, Ross 671 has maintained its steady glide to oblivion, plummeting to 23 and is this week's undisputed bearer of the wooden spoon. Additionally, it is embroiled in a seasonal election in which it has won the first round. So this season, whilst you are stuffing your face, head over to Ross 671 and stuff some ballot boxes too. Hard to move Epsilon Indy, still suffering from the after effects of long mods, is struggling in the low 30s, ending the week on 31. 2 wars leave little to be gained from trying to boost Hutton's fortunes, so don't bother this week. Fresh from its recent narrow election victory, which saw 36 Offiyuki win on the very last day, home to the second longest supercruise in the galaxy finds itself on 36. Keeping each other company on 38 are Epsilon Eridani and Hill Pass Psi. At the overachieving end of the Hutton systems, we have 7 of our systems above 60%, and we went into expansion yesterday. I know it's party season, folks, but everything in moderation, please. Priorities this week are, if you want to truck something, win the election in Ross 671.
Seamless.
Well, you see, yeah, it was mostly seamless. In fact, your tongue twister there was faultlessly seamless.
Yes, that was
I was going to
very good.
suggest.
The thing is, you put something tongue twistery in front of me, and I'll say it without a hitch. But you put a normal line of any text in front of me, and I'm hiccuping and going blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 yes. Well,
Mute my mic so they couldn't hear me laughing on it.
Well, yes. Well, I don't think we'll be inviting him back anytime soon. Now, what we were going to do originally was say every time there's a seam in the show, like me forgetting to hit record or something like that, it was going to be a drink a glass of whatever's in front of you. I hit record. So at the moment, I'm sitting here with my glass of festive brandy in front of me at the moment, warming myself up, ready for the panto at the end of the show. Because, yes, this is the Hutton Christmas show, and yes, it is traditional that we do a panto. But this year, we're going to do something different. Oh, we're not going to pre-record it and fix it all in the edit suite. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to do it live on air.
Oh, no, we're not.
Yes,
we are.
But look, those special episodes of EastEnders, remember?
Oh, the live ones, yes.
The live ones.
I never watched EastEnders. I've heard of it, but I've never watched a single episode.
No.
I used to, but I stopped watching.
Basically,
it. It started
EastEnders
getting
is
miserable.
the third most miserable place on the planet at the moment. I'm pretty sure.
Flossy,
Just
I
having
didn't
glanced at the telly.
start watching it.
Well, let me guess,
probably the
London?
same reason.
Pardon?
Let me guess, London?
No, not London. They've got caviar and
Well,
fucking oyster
Yeah,
knives.
it's a little bit of London that seems to be more miserable than everywhere else. But anyway, so yes, I've got my glass of brandy. Oh, ow! Oh, no, you're not supposed to hit me
Somebody's
with a
going to
bottle.
break something. Yeah.
Now, obviously, at this time.
We're making a gin and tonic live on air without the aid of a butler.
And without the tonic.
I was going to say that bottle sounded empty as well. We may have had that one before we started. Well, look, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. We are going to do the rest of the normal show first before the panto, by which point I'm probably going to be half cut, which means there's going to be plenty of scenes. But anyway, as is traditional at this time of year, there's always a Frontier 24-hour live stream, isn't there?
Oh, no, there isn't.
No, there isn't.
Always used to be.
Oh, I saw a picture that was up on the Gal book earlier of a certain Don Antonacci and a Mr. Lewis and Tina sitting on a sofa.
Is that when Zach was eating the bugs?
Well, that was when Zach was covering himself with a cushion for some reason. I don't know why at that point, but
dear.
yeah.
That's not to ask.
It was actually posted up, I think, by the Dastardly Don, and then Mr. Lewis turned up, and some poor fool made the suggestion, "Hey, well, why don't we just do one anyway? Find a sofa and a webcam and a couple of mics. We can do this." And then Ed turned around and went, "Yeah, I'm up for it." Oh dear. So, but no, there's no Frontier live stream now. Obviously, Sally's disappeared to play with chocobos. Arthur is wading across some space scenery somewhere, dressed in giant power armor. Or is it Space One? No, it isn't. It's Sigmar, isn't it? So wielding a big axe, and Mr. Crowther is holding back the hordes on the forums. And I don't think they necessarily had the wherewithal, or maybe what's it within the office to do a 24-hour live stream this year. They haven't said indefinitely, just said this year. So you're going to have to make do with us.
We're not doing a 24-hour live stream.
I don't think we've
have
done
you checked
one
your
yet,
door?
have
We
we?
locked it before you can.
Have you read how long the script is?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All we need is a green room, and we could easily do 24 hours.
Well, they might not have had a live stream though, but they did do an update.
Oh.
Which I think because we missed a week, we didn't manage to talk about the update.
1701.
The promised 17.01, which came with some rather splendid update notes. Any particular highlights, anybody, from this one?
Yes, you can now. You don't have to change ship or log out when you fill your fleet card, when you use transfer card.
Oh, that one where you do when you're trying to get rich off Hanky. And he loans you some stuff to sell. And you have to
use it for that.
Yeah, okay.
You could also use it to put mugs on your ship to deliver at Christmas time.
Ooh, yes. Apparently, there's some fixes for spire sites and a hybrid compound bin. What's a hybrid compound bin when it's at home? That sounds like the kind of thing
it's a
floor
bin for
mopping
hybrid compounds, obviously.
Right, okay.
I think it's obviously what you could have won.
Basically, it was a space photocopier. Previously, it was photocopying Spire refinery compounds and giving away duplicates, and now it's been banned from doing so. There was something to do with teleporting SRVs, which either Alec Turner is very happy about or very unhappy about, but apparently he can't teleport his SRV by parking under things anymore.
Possibly both.
Possibly both. They've removed some unnecessary navigation panel entries. They've improved the appearance of organic objects when viewed from certain angles.
Is that LCU's number 2?
Exactly, but only if you look at it obliquely, possibly. Rectangular shadows, something to do with that, and terrain objects. But I think a lot of the fixes were to do with Thargoids and spires, and a bit more Thargoids and spires, and falling through the floor.
I think a lot of the updates are to do with update 17.
Well, it's 0.01 of 17, so... Yes, and then there were a couple of posts by Paul Crowther afterwards, saying that the servers were the hamsters were being fed and they were getting sorted. Apparently, the server gremlins were captured and the hamsters were released from their grasp, which meant everybody could get back in again, which was quite handy. People asking about what about all the things that in the issue tracker, and he said, well, if it's not in the patch notes, it's not in the patch. But tush. I did forget to put our. A lesson here. I forgot to put up our post about how to survive patch day. And then I logged in 2 days after patch day, and do you know what had disappeared?
Was it your bindings, was it?
It was my bindings. And do you know what? Since I rebuilt this machine a few weeks back, do you know what I hadn't backed up?
Bindings.
My bindings. Luckily, I've still got my bindings from 2 years ago when I last reminded myself about it. So... yeah, it does happen. So all those people who are saying you don't need to keep telling us about the bindings, it happened to me. So it does happen.
Yeah, I think the answer to that is, oh, yes, you do.
I'm just reading the messages by Paul Crowther on the patch thread. It said, I tried that, but a horrifying voice from deep within my tattered soul just replied, seasoning. I have no idea what that was about.
Probably safer that way.
I'm going to have to decipher what on earth he meant by that one. Anyway, so yeah, we had the patch. It seems to have gone well. People are playing around with the spires and running underneath the little floaty things, Errol's cousins, and shooting them in the baubles. which apparently is the only way to shoot them, is in the baubles. And then they die, which is not surprising. But yeah, other than that, there's sort of not been that much going on in the galaxy. We haven't had any teasers yet about update 18. But we are reassured that there is going to be an 18. What?
Oh, so it's not a dead game.
A what?
There was...
What did I miss? Was that a seam? Do I have to drink yet?
Yes, go.
Okay. So yeah, that's... Oh, yes. Yes, Belwyn. It is a bit of a bind, pun intended. Thank you. So I'm going to hand over to our erstwhile space news hound, not Rory. We don't do Rory anymore. He's fired.
Where's little
LCU
Gray?
pointed out that Rory was an imposter because his name badge only had one T in the Hutton
I was wondering
text.
who was going to notice that one. Yes, he's been ejected now. Anyway. So
God damn it, Rory.
yeah. So who wants the first space news?
Oh, dun, 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 dun. Space news!
Space news!
Still haven't come up with a theme tune for us yet. No. Right, so go on then. You thought all the stuff in the game wasn't real. I mean, in the galaxy wasn't real. Proof for you. Published 2 days ago by Brett Tingley. What did Brett Tingley say?
That sounds like one of Dead Meat's alts.
Yes. Well, go on then.
Tingley.
Tell me about the cat videos from space.
Oh, yeah.
You got to say it right. It's cat videos from
space! Yeah, NASA sent themselves a cat video from 19 million miles away in space!
It's really sad when nobody else will send you cat videos and you have to send them to yourself.
Yeah. So this came from... What is the probe again? What is it? It's going... Oh...
Right, so what it says here is humanity has demonstrated its full potential using incredible feats of engineering and orbital dynamics to send a cat video of a cat named Taters. Taters? To Earth from deep space. It's long been accepted the cat videos represent the peak of human creativity. Deep Space Orbital Communications Experiment, which is DSOC, conducted by NASA and its Jet Propulsion Laboratory, reinforced that fact on December the 11th when it beamed an ultra-high-definition streaming video of Taters chasing a laser pointer from 19 million miles away. There it is.
It's a wonder he could see it from 19 million miles away.
Well, it's a hell of a thing. You know the lasers we point at the moon to reflect off the Apollo surface lunar experimentation package there,
which is how we know that the moon's getting further away. Yeah.
So the laser we fire at that, by the time it gets to the moon, is 6 kilometers wide. So you can do the maths: 328,000 miles, 19 million miles.
So what you're saying is that Taters has got very big paws.
Well, I'm saying
is he owned by Mr. Gamgee?
Laser will be the size of a planet.
Taters!
Potatoes! And yet they still managed to get enough bandwidth through it to put an HD video stream over it, which is rather better than the usual 19 million miles away, which would be one still frame every few minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, this bodes for when we do finally manage to get one of Elon Musk's big rockets to the moon and things, that we can actually get a decent bandwidth. So everybody goes, oh, it's all grainy. It was in the studio. Somebody filmed it. And no, that really, really looks better than any graphics we can do. So, yeah, no, it actually happened. So what else does it say? The video Taters was beamed using new JPL-developed instrument known as a flight laser transceiver. Took 101 seconds to reach Earth at a speed. Yeah, he did that. 267 megabits per second.
And it was sent from Psyche.
There you go.
Yep.
Psyche.
And actually, I tell you what, I think this guy might be related to the reporter from earlier. His name's Ryan Rogolim. Ryan Rogolim. Yes. Amelia?
Round the rugged rock, Ryan Roglin.
Ryan Roglin. Yes. Yeah. He's the lead scientist of product's receiver electronics.
He's the Wish Ryan Reynolds.
And he says, important news, everyone loves Taters.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, bake them, chop them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah. That's his Sunday name. Potatoes.
Anyway, your message about Psyche earlier, apparently it's on its way towards a flyby of Mars in 2026, and then it'll make its way towards its main target, 16 Psyche, which it should reach in 2029, which is basically almost next year. I mean, the way years going past.
It's a big weird asteroid. Yeah.
Yeah, what does it say about Brett Tingley? Brett is curious, it says. That's what it says about Brett. It does. It says on screen, Brett is curious. I didn't read the rest of the paragraph.
He looks like Gaius from BSG.
He certainly does. Right, so that's the first one. Now, who wants the next one? Flossy, have you got a link to the next one that you can read from?
Not yet.
No. Okay, I'll take the next one. There's been a bit of swelling on Mars.
No, they've got.
Was there swelling and throbbing, or just swelling?
No, just swelling. Apparently, it's to do with the Martian atmosphere and solar winds. So they caught the solar wind that caused the atmosphere. It says in a rare 2 days last December. Okay, some of the wind
up to the minute news
went away. Its sudden and dramatic disappearance caused the atmosphere of Mars' sun-facing side to swell by nearly 4 times its usual size, from its usual 497 miles to over 1,864 miles. Wow! The peculiar event was recorded by NASA orbiter named MAVEN, short for Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution.
I remember that going up.
Yeah. Which has been observing Mars' atmosphere in its response to the sun's behaviour since 2014.
Yeah, it went up just after Curiosity.
There's a video on screen now. There's
Mars. A lovely video.
Mars is spinning. I'm not sure
That's
shows the
planet.
atmosphere. Yeah, there's the planet.
I think the atmosphere's a yellow bit.
And there's Mars covered in water. I'm not sure this is legit.
Well, it is in 3309.
The one I'm watching's legit. There's one on the website with the article.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Maven. Hello, Maven.
Hello, Maven.
It looks like Maven's going to give me a hug.
Oh, there was a marvellous close-up. I think it was Phobos.
There was. It was all lumpy.
That close-up picture. It was fabulous.
That looked like a tater.
There you go. And so its atmosphere got big, really big.
Yeah, I think it's like the wind died away, and suddenly the atmosphere went whoa, and then the wind came back and pushed it in again.
I do love The Martian. It's probably one of the best sci-fi films out there. But come on,
watched it again at the weekend.
A Storm on Mars. Come on.
Yeah, maybe not totally accurate.
Damon.
It does get storms. It gets windstorms, doesn't it?
No.
And
yeah,
Shamila,
it
does, but not enough to blow things over.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's otherwise excellent.
In fact, when you get hurricane speed winds on Mars, they're not strong enough to fly a kite.
Yes, okay. But you can fly a helicopter.
There was there not news of an enormous? It's not in the space news that we've got here, but wasn't there a massive solar flare recently that knocked out plane communications?
Yes.
I don't think that's in our space news at the moment, but there was a big one.
No, because all we do is we type space news into Google and then we pick the smuttiest headline we can find.
No, we don't. We pick a story and then invent a smutty headline.
You're absolutely right. We don't.
It was 6 days ago, I think. Talking about atmospheres and swelling and whatever else. It was about 6 days ago. There was a big solar flare or news about it. Here we go. No, reject all of those. Let's have a look. There you go. There's a picture of it. On December the 15th, from Cape Canaveral, apparently a telescope has captured the biggest solar flare in years, which temporarily knocked out radio communication on Earth. Not that anybody noticed.
You could have done some brilliant flares jokes.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That was 6 days ago.
It resulted in one of the largest solar radio events ever recorded. I was trying to work out what they measure it in and how many bananas it was, or knitted bananas.
Well, they do it it's called the R scale.
The
what?
It's called
R scale?
The capital R hyphen scale.
Five big arses wide, sir!
The R... then it was recorded...
Does this solar flare make my arse look big?
And the R scale goes from
Is that
R1,
what happens if you don't wash it often enough?
Goes from R1 minor to R5 extreme, and this was 2.8.
But it doesn't go to R6. R6. I just want to say
No, that one fell flat. That was definitely a flat one. Yes. Anyway, but back on target here. We've also got, and we all knew this. Apparently, Firefly has been cancelled.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Years ago.
Years
soon.
ago.
No, yesterday.
What?
Yesterday, Firefly get cancelled yesterday.
Okay, we're not talking about the same thing here because I'm
No,
pretty
we're
sure.
talking about Firefly Aerospace.
And they did Serenity, and then it,
Yeah, still get cancelled.
Yeah.
See, they're not all smutty headlines.
well, it's a smutty looking picture. No,
Yeah, it does. That looks like a Lady Pleaser 3000, doesn't it?
Lady Tron 3000. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Wanda would be very happy with that one. It's even got the knobbly end on it for her, especially.
Still not as bad as Blue Origins, which went up again last week.
So what was this one? The Alpha rocket was supposed to take off recently. Apparently, it only had a 20-minute window.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it doing?
I'm just having a wee look. Well, it was supposed to lift off, and then it was this thing called Ride the Lightning or something like that, and it get cancelled because of a thunderstorm.
Isn't that what they do outside Central Station about 10 o'clock at night? Is that
No, that's White Lightning.
Yeah.
Aye, White Lightning, that is. Actually, they seem to have updated it again. Now they're all positive that, it's going to happen. This is what they said. They've moved it to tomorrow.
Oh, right.
So it was
tomorrow
due to
then, or
happen.
tomorrow now?
Tomorrow's been moved.
Just
So
20,
just
the
to be clear, there
22nd
was
of
a schedule
December.
for yesterday and a schedule for tomorrow, but never a schedule for today.
No,
Oh, right. Tomorrow never
it
comes.
was supposed to lift off yesterday. Then Ride the Lightning and Firefly and everything get cancelled because it was a bit stormy. And then they've gone, it's okay, we'll do it on Friday. So they're doing it on Friday, 22nd of December at 12:18 p.m. EST. There you go.
There are pictures. I think that was the Space Force one. But sort of the yay for rockets and the boo, it's a military one. I think boo.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not so cool with military rockets. We're cool with science rockets. But
Yeah.
No, the ESA is not a military payload. It's,
the
it's,
instrument will demonstrate faster on-orbit sensor calibration to deliver rapid capabilities to U.S. warfighters. The Firefly representatives wrote in the mission description.
Yeah, but it's a general technology demonstration of steerable antennae, electronically steerable antennae, ESA, which use basically a satellite dish that you can electronically reshape. So it targets your signal to very specific regions.
So it doesn't end up 5 meters wide.
We talked about this before, didn't we?
This is
Yeah,
Volcarius'
which-
area of
Volcarius remember
expertise.
this. A week ago.
Yeah. The Volcarius conversation about that, what he explained to you is you can actually reshape the signal cone so that it's the size and shape of a country. So what you can do is you can broadcast something to just one country.
That really depends on whether you're talking about the USA or Monaco.
Yeah.
And whether there are
suppose.
fjords and all the wibbly bits around the edges.
Can I have a North Korea-shaped beam, please?
Yes.
Right.
Are you lonely?
Okay. Then we have another one. There's some text being written in here. I don't know who wrote the text or who wants to read that text.
It's about North Britain. It was probably somebody from Scottish land.
No,
It wasn't.
this one. I did this one.
Right.
On the subject of rockets, they'll be getting them up in North Britain.
Yeah.
So Shetland will be the first UK spaceport for vertical rocket launches. We've already seen West Britain.
Well,
South
we didn't
Britain.
really, because it didn't launch very well, did it? It
Well,
went.
it
plop.
launched.
It got up.
It was a bit of a
little
flop.
It launched sideways. It launched and
went
then it
plop.
Yeah, the Virgin
did some
yeah.
stuff and then went pop.
Yeah, the
plop.
Virgin one wasn't a vertical launch. It
Anyway,
was a horizontal
this
launch.
story is not about the Virgin.
It
one.
wasn't a successful launch
This
either.
is about a new spaceport. So Saxavord spaceport on the island of Unst.
Unst!
There's got to be a couple of spelling mistakes.
Yeah, there's a map on
So,
screen to show
anyway.
you where Unst is.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, your spelling's all fine. Spelling's all fine.
No, it's got to be. Anyway, the Civil Aviation Authority
So the
has
opposite end
given
from
them
Lerwick.
approval to begin orbital launches in 2024, and this is basically as far north as you can possibly go and still be
In North Britain.
In North Britain.
Would you like me to read those two lines that you've written there?
Well, you
Yeah,
read
go
the
for
first
it.
one and I'll read the second one.
Are you going to launch that wee tartan rocket over there?
No, that's my thermos flask.
Yay!
Because we, during the Cold War, we had a radar station at Unst, looking for Russian bombers. Anyway, it's been disused, and this is the weird part of this story, is it's owned by a couple. Is it Spark or somebody of their name? I can't remember.
Right,
I should read the article.
Spark and Mensa?
Sparks and Mensa. No, but how do you buy a radar station? I want a radar station. Where do I go to buy one? They sell them on Amazon. Anyway,
Probably the Army surplus stores.
Or eBay.
Well, it'd be the Air Force surplus stores, surely.
It's the Army and Navy around here, so.
But anyway, they've bought this radar station, and now they had some eco-tourism thing that failed up there, and now they want a spaceport. I'm like, what do you have to be
to spaceport?
Exactly.
Do you know
what? Do you have to, imagine that. What a dinner party that was. How do you go from that? It's like, hello. Anyway, it's going to be a spaceport in Scotland.
It'll be like Moss Isley, but you'll be able to understand even less of the speech.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So it's a pit of villainy and scum.
Can you imagine the cantina in Saxavord?
No, it'd have to be something.
Bagpipes and a cane.
Yeah, something more bagpipey.
Well, if you remember watching, we did watch the one from southwest of south of the border, and there basically was a porter cabin with some bored-looking security guard in a high-vis jacket.
A porter cabin. Ooh, posh.
Yeah, that was it. So you see NASA's ones with these big control rooms full of fancy screens and everything, and people whooping and cheering. And then yes, on the Virgin one, it was a bloke in a porter cabin with a high vis jacket.
Well, this'll be a
This
turf.
one's going to be a bloke in a Portaloo, probably.
This will be a little stone hut with a turf roof. And,
Well, if you look at the picture of the island I've got on screen here, and you look at the mock-up of the launch, I mean, there isn't much room to put anything nearby that's not going to get blasted.
Yeah.
So we could get a coffee in the corner.
Yeah, they'll have a pile of peat at the side as well.
Yeah, I think there'll be
Well,
a bit of artistic
a little fishing
license.
boat. Yeah, a little fishing
if
boat
you
just off the edge.
If you look in the article, they have a large, enormous concrete pad with a steel structure on it. It's, like, it's hardly pad 39B, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Have they learned their lessons from SpaceX then?
Yeah, yes, they're going to deep fry everything before they launch it.
Yeah, they're launching it from granite. It's very Bond villainy, isn't it? I mean, your little island up in a little space base. It reminds me of what 8 Ball stole with Anthony.
Well, I mean, there are some obvious questions that you've got to get the rocket and all the equipment there, and I'm looking at that coastline in the picture. And it hasn't exactly got the most sort of easy to land on. What are they going to do? Lob it over from that piece of land over in the far distance? Just sort of a big crane, or I mean, they're going to have to get it there by big barge of some sort, and then winch it ashore.
They'll do something. Yeah. It's the weather as well. You need to watch the weather that far north. Remember, Shetland Islands aren't actually in that wee box over to the right. They're in that wee box because they're so far north and so far out.
Yes.
No, they had a massive campaign called "Not in a Box."
Yes.
Yeah, they did. Yes. Anyway, so there's the picture of a mock-up of a rocket launching. So we have to take the tone down a step, don't we?
Yeah.
Always.
Maybe
I do apologise for dragging it up slightly for a moment there.
Yeah.
With a tartan thermos flask. No, you can't claim the moral high ground with a tartan thermos.
That's a different joke. You're thinking of a different joke.
Hutton Orbital Live is showing a close-up view of
Uranus.
Uranus. That's
Uranus.
the one. Uranus. Yeah, there we go.
It's always Uranus when I was
Actually,
at school.
If you look at the image, it actually looks like somebody's looking out at the camera.
Did it have rings around it when you were at school, Flossy?
I was going to say, if you look down a toilet in a tube with some bright lights, you get the same kind of effect.
Yeah. That's the hangover, puked yourself into an out-of-body experience type of light.
Well, apparently it does show, this web image shows 9 of the planet's 27 moons.
Yeah.
The 9 it shows
Venus's mooning at us.
Rosalind, Puck, Belinda, Desdemona, Cressida, Bianca, Portia, Juliet, and Perdita. No Pongo, though.
That's a lot of moon.
Yeah.
Well, that's Pongo's not shown. It doesn't mean Pongo's not there.
Yeah, it's just that they didn't show that one. Apparently, One day lasts about 17 hours, so the planet's rotation is very quick. Apparently that makes it supremely difficult for observatories with a sharp eye light web to capture one simple image of the entire planet, because it's probably
in the Congo.
very, very blurry. Yes, we're in the Congo again. We're tippity-tappity. Yeah, so they had to use several longer and shorter exposures, but it's still a little bit blurry. Image description, Uranus on a black background. There we go. Apparently the rings of Uranus are vertical.
Yeah.
It's lying on its
flipped
side.
up. Yes, yeah. Unlike Saturn, which is...
It's in a sexy pose.
Yes. And it says there are 9 little dots. Oh, yeah, you can see them in the picture here. Here we go. There are little dots. There's 9 of them. Actually, yeah, I mean, it's quite a small planet, so these moons are itty-bitty little moonlets.
Is it just me, or did everyone else have the compulsion to count the moons just then?
I counted the moons,
It's
that's
not
why I
just you.
paused. Yes, it's... So, yes, there we go. They've had to do clever things to try and get a picture of the moons, but they've actually properly imaged it from a long way away. Right.
It's getting very, very
Would
close
you-
to
would
James
you
Webb's
like-
second birthday.
I've managed to find a list of the names of the
27 moons.
Uranian moons, yes.
Well, they're
there's-
all... Go on, then.
Well, they're all named
Cordelia,
after-
Ophelia, Bianca, Cressida, Desdemona, Juliet, Portia, Rosalind, Cupid, Belinda, Perdita, Puck, Mab, Queen Mab, Miranda. Now that's the one in Firefly. That's the one on Serenity, but they all went mad. There's Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, who was the queen of the summer court fairies. Oberon,
King of the Fairies.
yeah. Francisco, Caliban, Stefano, Triculo, Dicorax. Wow. Margaret. What the fuck?
Oh, you got that one.
Yeah. Prospero, Setebos, and Ferdinand.
I'm definitely getting a hint of the bard there.
Yeah.
I definitely...
And who else? Alexander Pope.
Yeah,
Well, there's
William
definitely
Shakespeare
his-
and Alexander Pope. Yes.
Because Titania is the queen of the summer court, and Mab is the winter queen.
Well, Umbriel is Pope, isn't it? From The Rape of the Lock.
Yep, but basically they've all appeared in, or are mentioned in, the works of William Shakespeare and Alexander Pope. Yep. There are 13 inner moons, 5 major moons, and 9 irregular moons. And the inner and major moons all have prograde orbits, while moons of the irregulars are mostly retrograde. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
So that's saying.
So what you're saying
asteroids,
is
isn't it?
they're orbiting Uranus ass backwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some
Or
of them.
widdershins, or whatever the word is, yes.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
do the moons sit in? Because I never saw the picture. I was busy looking that list up. Do the moons sit in the rings, or do they?
No, let me go back to the picture. So there are some in the
Some
rings
do.
and out the rings, yes.
Oh yeah, see it. Yeah.
The majority of the orbits are in the equatorial plane of the planet, so sideways onto the rest of the solar system.
Yeah. Okay.
So this week, do we get to call this episode the one where Uranus
Moons
moonless?
is
We counted the spots
No,
around
it's-
Uranus. No.
It's the one where we talked about Uranus for 15 minutes.
Yes. Just for the sake of saying it out loud many, many times. Well, actually, what we're doing is procrastinating because I see what's coming up next.
I just saw that too.
Oh, don't be like that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Is he really? I didn't-
Oh yeah,
The
be like
work
that.
of genius.
Talk about
Well, we
Uranus is
have
better than the
got
alternative.
a galactic charts topping. Well, nearly the top.
Almost.
Number 2.
Almost stopping. Yeah, you went-
Superstar in our chat channel. If everybody wants to say hello to LCU, no fool like one. I believe LCU is lurking somewhere in the chat channel because he sent us a special Christmas treat. Now I have no idea, genuinely no idea, whether I've got the audio lined up for this one. It might be on mute, which would be funny. If it is, then I'm going to have to stop
that'd
it
be
and
good.
start again. Yes.
It might be
No,
fun.
Just
if
leave it on.
If anybody's watching in black and white or of a nervous disposition, adjust your headphones now.
Yes. So this should
By
be.
adjust, you mean take them off and run screaming from the room.
Here we go. LCU's big number 2. No, it's the wrong one.
They're gonna kill all of us.
Or is it?
Not
Seems.
that one.
Not that one.
That was last year's.
That was last year's
Seamless.
one. Oh yes, because I was testing the audio. Yeah, it's Oh, hang on a sec. I've got a drink now. Hang on. Let's try that one again, shall we? How about this one?
With a drink for that.
Sit back and enjoy yourselves for a few minutes.
On the first day of Christmas, I scanned biology, a cordyceps in the brain tree. On the second biology, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in the brain tree. On the
Hang on a second. Are we getting echo on that
I
one?
see no seams.
I
You
see
know
no
what? I'm
seams.
so glad you tested the audio.
I did.
I didn't hear any echo.
Not to us. It was more a case of the listener.
I thought my headphones were just rebelling against me. It was like, what's this?
Right. Okay.
Sorry,
now, what was I
you're
need to
asking if
hear
got
from
any
the chat? Was there an echo?
Do you
on
honestly think any of them hadn't muted their headphones by this point?
that? Right. I'm going to wait till I get an answer from them because I'm not going to play again.
LCU's just said no echo on Twitch.
Perfect. So this is LCU's number 2. Take 2.
3.
On the first day of Christmas, I scanned biology, a cordyceps in the brain tree. On the second day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in the brain tree. On the third day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in the brain tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 6 hectoid vermis, 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 7th day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 7 losses, discus, 6 hectoid vermis, 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 8th day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 8 subsequentials, 7 losses, discus, 6 hectoid vermis, 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 9 senior tubers, 8 subsequentials, 7 losses, discus, 6 hectoid vermis, 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 10 bacteria, 9 senior tubers, 8 suspensions, 8 losses, discus, 6 hectoid vermis, 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 11th bloody day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 11 particular, 10 bacteria, 9 senior tubers, 8 suspensions, 7 losses, discus, 6 hectoid vermis, 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in the brain tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, I scanned biology, 12 alioida, 11 particular, 10 bacteria, 9 senior tubers, 8 subsequent, 7 obvious discus, 6 hectoid vermis, 5 bark bloody mounds, 4 fumarola, 3 receptor umbrux, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a bloody brain tree. Yeah, come on! Thank God that's over for another year.
Hey! That was brilliant.
That was disturbing.
We can see
Play
why.
Play it again.
Maybe at the end of the show. Yes, instead of the credits.
It might have only been disturbing because we were singing along to it.
Yeah, I'm very glad we muted the studio mics because we'd have sung completely over the top of LCU. Everybody in the chat channel, please give a round of applause to our number 2, LCU No Fool Like One, and all of his clones that he sent out. Yes, we do love you, LCU. Thank you very much for the bit of cheer. We did the 12 Days of Christmas. We did the 12 Mugs of Christmas, didn't we? But it wasn't that good. So, officially better than Hutton's attempt at that one. But thank you very much. And in fact, I think Eli's got something to say on this one. No, he doesn't, actually. I've broken him.
LCU? Why would anyone clone him? One's bad enough, but a whole ship full of them? Fuck that.
That was specially for LCU. Anyway, it's still going. The 5 bark mounds is still going off in my head. I'm surprised he managed to find 5 bark mounds. I'm pretty sure they're missing in the galaxy somewhere. But has anybody else got an earworm now?
Oh yes,
no, thankfully.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but the doctor gave me a tablet for it.
Yep. And LCU has
number 2.
I've got a ringworm. Does that count?
Yes. Anyway, after that one, there is a little note that somebody's put in the script here. Flossy, can you see that note that's been put in?
Yes. You may have noticed or not, depending how much Megagin you've managed to smash since the start of the show, that we have drops. Snowfall chestnut drops. Anaconda and DBX so far. Stay tuned for the Panto and you'll scoop up a T9 and a crate paint job.
I thought you meant pyjamas there, PJ.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, pyjamas. Yeah, I have seen people putting their sweaters on over their flight suit. And I can't work out whether it's genius or just odd.
Well, I'm kind of wondering why my Christmas
it.
picture's not up there. My green combat Christmas sweater.
You replaced the torso part of your suit with the Christmas jump.
Right. And because have they still got the snowman heads, or are the snowman heads gone?
Oh, they're still there, still available.
I mean, can you buy them at this time of year?
Stop trying to stall. You know this part's inevitable.
All right, okay.
Take your time, everybody. Carry on.
Well, I'm going to hand over to you and Amelia.
Word of the week.
Word of the week this week is flapdoodle.
Oh, and what does that mean?
Flapdoodle means foolish and blatantly false ideas or words.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
You watch me go. LCU's presidential manifesto was so full of flapdoodle, it's listed under fiction in the Federation Library of Congress.
You don't even need to link it because I am putting up the word and the meaning on our headlines.
So while you're doing that, here's a question for you. What do you call an anteater with the womble cropped?
Jeff. He was in the bins last night.
Oh, was he? Oh, no. He needs to stop doing that. No, it wasn't Jeff. It is. No, Beth she's still out for that last time. No. What do you call an anteater with a womble crop? A shartvark. Shartvark! Aardvark! Aardvark!
Oh dear. And now, yes. We haven't got any pictures, have we, Flossy? So I can just push this button, can't I? It's Flossy!
Yes.
With this week's, one of the last of the year, community goals news.
Who is this superhero? Chicks? Nope. Mia, the apology officer?
No way, man.
Helen, the mild-mannered CG publisher?
Could be. Hutton Flossy, #1 super gal, oh yeah. Hutton Flossy, Alvin's CG pal. She's got style, a unique style, and a swing that just goes clang. When the form gets rough, she's super tough with a Hutton Flossy pen.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. Well, the news is that there was no CGs last week, and no, the week before, and there's none next week, well, probably not until the new year. And that's it for this week's CG News.
Who is this superhero? Chicks?
Nope.
Mia, the apology officer?
No way, man.
Helen, the mild-mannered CG publisher?
Could be. Hutton Flossy, number one super gal, oh yeah. Hutton Flossy, Alvin's CG pal. She's got style, a unique style, and a swing that just goes clang. When the forum gets rough, she's super tough with a Hutton Flossy pen.
I had to play that tune. I mean, that just shows why LCU is number 2 in the chart.
More tune than CG News.
Yes. More tune than CG News. Well, maybe they'll be back. I mean, we can leave the segment in. Well, no, actually, because if we take it out, they're bound to put it back in again, and then we'll have to put it back in the script. And, I don't know. I don't know what the best option is here. But I'm sure CGs will happen at some point.
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to be coming back in the new year.
Yeah, maybe with new and exciting things in them.
Yeah, I hope so.
But if we took the section out of the script, people wouldn't know that there wasn't a CG.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes, we need to know that there's no CG. Okay, would somebody else... We're getting close to the Panto, you got to steel yourselves.
No, we aren't.
Yeah. So actually, now is a good opportunity for the studio crew to top up their glasses, because we're about to do the next segment. Would somebody like to introduce it?
Do we have a Beetlejude and Wotherspoon?
Well, I've got a button that says Wotherspoon on it.
Oh, I'd push the button then.
You would? Well, this
Well,
one.
yeah, that way we get
seems.
Wotherspoon.
If there's another seam, I've got
Beetlejudes.
to drink that drink I've just poured as well. Let's give this a go.
Galnet News Digest, 21st of December 3309. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, Seojin Ai meets the Sim Guru. A lot of commanders can't buy the modules they unlocked. And we compare this year's presents against Sandra Cora's last year and the Winking Cats from the year before.
Mystery surrounds today's meeting between the Thargoid whisperer Seojin A and Sim Guru Pranav Antal, the head of the Utopia commune. Last week, the Sim Guru made a public appeal for former test subject D2 to meet with him to discuss a new analysis of the blueprints for Salvation's Nemesis failsafe. Utopian neurosmiths believe they may have worked out what the mad scientist formerly in charge of Azimuth Biotech may have done to preserve his consciousness after his body's abrupt termination in HIP 22460 in August last year, after the Thargoids had rather inconveniently failed to die following the firing of the Proteus wave weapon. Following the meeting, which took place today, a spokesperson for Aegis says that Seojin A has refused to discuss the matter with them, but confirmed that she has returned safely to an Aegis facility. The Sim Guru was also tight-lipped about the meeting, saying that he recognised that the former test subject had suffered greatly at the hands of Salvation, and that she had a right to some privacy. He did, however, let slip that Jin A has a plan related to Salvation, and that she believes his consciousness has been preserved inside a Guardian-based machine at a specific remote location. The Sim Guru then went on to lecture journalists about how humanity's tribalism is a greater threat than Thargoids, and that we risk wiping ourselves out if we don't all learn to get along better. In other news, we still await the release of the tens of thousands of Alliance citizens who have been rescued from captivity aboard the Thargoid Titan hive ships. The Prime Minister announced their imminent release into the Alliance community on Monday.
A variety of unlocked modules have become unavailable to many commanders, according to reports coming in over the past 2 days. Reports say that not only are power play modules, such as prismatic shields, unavailable in outfitting, but modules unlocked from Guardian and human tech brokers, including the Guardian Frameshift Drive Booster and the Caustic Sync Launcher, are unavailable in outfitting even though the tech broker confirms you have unlocked them. This does not appear to affect everyone, but for those folk it does affect, and who've completed their paper rounds to get into Princess Aisling's good books, they don't want to be told that Aisling is all out of prismatic shields this week and they should come back again next week. There is currently no estimate about how long it'll be before these unlocked modules are once again available.
Commanders have been comparing their Christmas presents from this year's eccentric character Harold Harksing with the presents on offer in 3307 and 8. Harksing is offering the same traditional green jumper that we've been offered every year and the same festive gift bobblehead as last year. In 3307, the Winking Cat offered a snowflake bobblehead instead. Only Sandra Cause last year gave away a snowman-themed helmet. Every year we get the same festive flak launchers in red, green and yellow. Commanders are reminded that these are not for use against Thargon swarms unless you're a very, very good combat pilot indeed. In 3307, the Winking Cat gave away an Imperial Courier and a Vulture, as well as a luxury cabin, as well as 60 million credits, which is rather more than the 20 million credits last year and this. Harksing's inclusion of an onion head decal is a bit left field, but he has been by far the most generous with paint jobs, offering the red and green Snowfall paint job for 4 ships, the yellow and blue Blizzard paint jobs for 4 other, mostly different ships, and the green and yellow and the purple and blue Ice paint jobs for 4 more ships. Possibly the nicest present this year is the Expressway Voyage paint job for the Imperial Cutter, which looks really good and is probably worth becoming a prince to try out. If you haven't already earned your prize, you can pick up your 6 festive gifts at Angel's City in Calhuacan and get the encrypted delivery instructions from the beacon just outside. You earn your rewards by delivering 1 gift to each of the stations, and as a bonus you get to read the polite thank you notes from the recipients, including Jasmina Halsey, the 2-year-old Hector Duval, the author Olav Redcord, and journalist and campaigner Brianna Blanco.
And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to. Look out for our Review of the Year, coming soon.
Hark, sing, herald of angel stations, pile of cash and flak launch thing. There's still time to get these presents, festive decks and unconnected onion head decal for your ship.
Yes.
I love the outtakes.
She should not be allowed to do
more
that.
outtakes.
Yes. Well, not the outtakes, the bonus features.
Yeah,
You know when you sweep all the seams off the floor at the end of the show and bag them? It's rocket. It's
Yeah,
rocket
well,
or shit.
trouble is, every time there's
It's
been a seam, I've been having a swig of this brandy. Ooh, crikey.
we know.
Oh, you know. Right. Who's got the jingle bells?
Oh, me. That's.
Now we have
that
to
and the ringworm
apologise to Beetlespoon and Wotherspoon because there was a seam inserted in the middle of that bit by somebody
certainly was.
unnamed. who was emailed something during the show and may have clicked on it. We don't know who. We're not naming any names, but I don't have it wired up on a button. It was a jingle.
I was muted.
Didn't we? I was muted. Didn't we all get emailed?
Well, I think it came to our ears and not everybody else's ears. Should we just give them that just as a teaser for next time?
Yeah.
Has somebody got a button that can play that?
Yeah, you.
I haven't even downloaded
No,
it
I
yet,
don't.
so-
I don't. Have you sent it to me?
Hold on. I think I might have it. Hold on.
It's
Tell
in
me
the
if this
bulletin.
works.
I could just.
Tell me if this works.
When you don't know where to get more space news, 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 space news.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
It's cool, but what's it for?
Tell you when what works.
Seems
That's a keeper.
If you can think back to that bit of the show, we'd have played that if we at the right part of the show.
We remembered.
We can go back and do more space news. I'm procrastinating. Right, are you girded,
better than
ready
the
for this one now?
alternative.
For our listener, this is what's known as a live broadcast. Most of the cast are cold reading what's about to happen. Oh, who did that?
And a lot of us have had some drinks.
Yeah, some of us
A lot
are
of us have had
reading.
some drinks. There are spells. Are they on a loop? You can leave them on a loop?
I can leave them on a loop.
Yeah, leave
Yeah,
them
leave them
on
on
a
a
loop.
loop.
Because
Why
it's
not?
traditional at this time of year that Hutton put together a bit of a thing, you know, a bit of a Christmas panto. And we've got some old sounds from back in the day. You may have heard them at the start of the show, but things like this one.
What's that you say? Radio Sidewinder here at Christmas? Good idea. We'll get them a drink. No, we wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that for cleaning the windows. How about a Centauri Mega Gin? You're not supposed to hit him with the bottle.
Is that putting you in the right kind of frame of mind now for this next bit? Now, the way this works is there are words written on a page, and then Flossy has very kindly done a colouring job on it. For those of us that are colourblind, there are
Watching
some
in black and
letters next to each section. Now, this will involve seams, because normally we spend at least an hour gluing this together and pre-recording it and editing it.
No, we don't.
But none of us have read it yet.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's
I think
15 minutes
Great.
at most.
The rehearsal was great.
The rehearsal
I
was
haven't had a
fantastic.
rehearsal.
So
Yeah, but Chicks, you were the only one at the rehearsal.
I'm just getting myself into Christmas mood for this year. Hold
All
on.
I can say is a good job this isn't going out live or anything.
Yeah, no,
haven't
I
even
had
It's the
read
to.
it
Christmas
yet.
mood.
I had to wear all the costumes apart from Chicks' one, and we've got
who knew
images.
You did look good in that mini skirt.
Yeah,
Who
we-
knew
we-
super strength cider was Christmassy?
Right, are you all ready?
No.
No.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Not anymore, I'm not. No.
And this is definitely with apologies to Dr. Seuss.
Hey, that's my job.
Yeah, all right. Oh, sorry. Apologise. Apologise.
Demarcation.
Dr. Seuss, we're very sorry.
Are we in the panto yet?
No, we're
this
not.
part
It's
of it?
behind you.
Are we there yet? Has it started yet?
Okay, right.
Are we really
Happy
Are you
birthday
ready?
to you.
Amelia.
Right.
No.
And now, as is traditional at this time of year, we go all festive.
Oh, no, we don't.
Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Every pilot out in the galaxy loved mug season a lot. But Commander Chicks with his moustache, well, he most certainly did not. He wanted those mugs for his hot, messy mission, you see. Now, we all know why. It was Alvin's decree.
It could be his suit wasn't fitted quite right. It could be perhaps his moustache was too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all was that his mug allocation was 2 sizes too small.
Whatever the reason, his allocation or his gear, he soared through the cosmos with an uncheerful sneer, staring down from his ship with a mustachioed frown at the festively lit gangways in old Hutton town.
For he knew every pilot in the station below was busy now preparing for the rare Hutton show.
And they're taking my mugs.
He sneered with a jeer.
Tomorrow is mug season. It's practically here.
Then he growled with his chick's fingers tapping.
I must find some way to stop the mug season from happening.
For tomorrow he knew all the pilots far and wide would wake up early and embark on a long ride.
And then, oh, the journey, oh, the journey!
Fly, fly, fly!
That's one thing he hated, the journey.
Fly, fly, fly!
But the pilots, seasoned and green, would head for that place, and they'd race, and they'd race, and they'd race. They would race for Hutton mugs, those coveted cups, which was something chicks couldn't stand, not even a sup.
Sorry. But there was one thing that bothered him most. A festive tradition he loathed, a practice to boast. Festive teabagging, they called it. Limpets and scooping hundreds of rares. All the pilots partaking in this cosmic affair.
And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every pilot in the galaxy, the big and the small, would fly close together with their ship's engines ringing. They'd stand mug in hand and all would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd sing, 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 sing.
And the mugs will be gone.
He snarled with a frown.
And my hot messy totals will surely be down.
So he schemed and he planned with a grinchy delight to vanish the mug's end the teabagging plight.
And the more chicks thought of this mug season sing, the more chicks thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for too many years I've put up with it now. I must stop this mug season from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. Commander Chick's got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
Commander Chicks laughed in his ship. And he made a quick grinchy disguise with a grumbling quip.
And he chuckled and clucked.
What a great Chicksy trick! With this disguise I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer.
Chicks looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there were none to be found.
Did that stop our chicks? No, he simply said.
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he gathered his mats and the red paint all flowed, a reindeer-shaped ship kit with a nose cone that glowed.
Now festive teabagging would come to an end. No more mugs to share, no more cups to send. Commander Chicks chuckled.
They won't have a clue. That the mugs have all gone, there'll be nothing to brew.
And then Chicks said,
Giddy up!
And the ship started down towards the commanders' homes. In their ships they lay all the snooze in their town. And the ships were in dark, quiet space filled the air, and the commanders were dreaming sweet dreams without care.
When he plonked his ship down onto the landing pad square.
This is stop number 1,
Chicks hissed, and he glanced at the docks. Security were pissed. Then debussed a shadow in the starry night, and he snuck to the depot, hidden from sight.
Then he snatched up the mugs, those prized little things, and slid through the ships with a mischievous grin. Mega gin and mugs, rare goods and some tea. He stuffed them in bags with cackling glee.
Then Chicks very stealthily slithered away, leaving commanders with no mugs for Mug Day. It was 1:15 dawn, all the pilots abed, all the pilots still dreaming. Mug season was dead.
Packed up was the cargo, the rare goods, the treats. The gin, Karsuki locusts, the mugs, Aruka sweets. 3,000 light years to a base far away. He jumped with the haul to hide it that day.
Poor the pilots.
Chicks was grinchishly humming.
They're finding out now that no mug season is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open in a minute or two. Then the pilots all over the galaxy will cry boo-hoo. That's a noise,
grinned Commander Chicks,
that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and Commander Chicks put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound echoing through space. It started quite low, then it started to race.
But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. Commander Chick stared out in the galactic abyss. Then he quivered. What he saw was a shocking bliss.
Every pilot in the galaxy, the wise and the mad, was singing. Without any mugs, not a person was sad. Commander Chick's hadn't stopped mug seasoning from happening. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same.
And Chicks with his Grinch stash drooping down to his chin stood pondering and pondering.
How was their mug day about to begin? It came without mugs, without Ethergrease tea. It came without rare goods of any degree.
And Chicks pondered 3 hours till his ponderer was sore. Then he thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe mug season,
he thought,
doesn't come from a mug. Maybe mug season, perhaps, is a truckerly hug.
And what happened then?
Well, in space they say
that Chick's moustache
grew 3 sizes that day.
And that was how Chicks very nearly spoiled Mug Day. But he didn't. Here, everyone have a truckerly hug.
Yay!
Yay! Round of applause, everybody.
No tongs.
Too late.
Oh. Anyway, well, thank you very much, everybody. Yes, that was this year's.
That went better than could be expected.
That sounded, well, from where I was sitting, that sounded very good. That was almost
away
seamless.
From the script and saw the pictures that were going out during that.
Have you seen the pictures?
Just think of what it would have been like if.
I remember him, the dear boy.
Just think of what it would have been like if we'd had rehearsed.
That's an amazing Alvin.
Yeah, the Alvin is fantastic. There's Chicks on a pad with his bag of swag. There's a lot of Hutton truckers sitting around a tree with their silver Hutton mugs. What else have we got in the pictures? We've got... there's definitely a moustache. Oh, you see, there's one version of Chicks with all the mugs under his arm. That one looks quite good. That looks quite accurate, that one.
Yeah. Is that been AI generated or something?
That's evil Chicks.
Yeah.
He looks like from a David Lynch film.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, look, thank you very much. Round of applause for the entire team. Round of applause for our listener for putting up with them. Oh, look, there's lots of Hutton truckers in their beds with silver Hutton mugs at the end of their beds. There's Alvin again.
Look at that.
I like his space.
Oh!
That's imperious. Yes.
Yeah.
That's absolutely imperious.
I like the shadow shot with the mask.
Is he wearing a monocle?
Well, there are actually 2 of that one. There was another one of you sneaking across the platform sideways, but it looked too superhero for me, so I removed it. But thank you very much, everybody. And so, yeah, we're coming towards the end of the show now. We have had a couple of messages from LCU saying, "Oh my goodness, I sent you the wrong song and the wrong video. I've now sent you the right song and right video." I'm pretty sure he's trying to get to Christmas #1 by making us play it again.
I think it was one that had ToCoSo's magic touch on it or something like that.
No, I think it just tells you how many credits each one's worth, but
okay.
It's just a totalizer on the bottom. But so we may well do that before we go out to the end of the show. Obviously, between now and the next show, because the next show falls on a sensible day. It's not a holiday day, is it? It's a proper day, I think.
Well, it's between Thursday, Christmas and New Year, isn't it?
So yeah,
I think
none of those are sensible days.
I am planning on being around for that one. We might reprise a few of the audio clips. So we've got a few more. I mean, we've got this one makes me feel old because this one is of little Giuseppe from back in the day. This is when my son, who is now 15, was not 15 and recording stuff for this radio show.
Buon Natale from little Giuseppe to all of the truckers.
He sounds so cute. He's so not cute now. He's so not cute now. We had one from Dr. Arkanen, a message.
Ah, yes, this is Dr. Arkanen. What do I want this festive season? Unknown artifacts wrapped up in asps. Enjoy yourselves.
We had the Dastardly Don. You remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Don Antonacci would like to wish all of the truckers and all of the pirates a very, very successful Christmas.
Sinister bastard.
They all sound like they were fathered by the same sinister bastard.
Well, this is many years worth of recordings, and then we had our mate. Do you remember our mate Gluttony Fang?
Yeah.
From back in the day. We haven't heard from Gluttony for a long time. It went from being a dastardly pirate to being a Hutton trucker to an AXI superstar.
G'day, guys. This is Gluttony. I'd like to wish everybody out there a wonderful Christmas, because I want to steal all your presents in January. Catch you later, Gluttony.
And then one half of the old truckers as well, I think is the last one, the last message we had come in. Hang on a second.
So this pirate comes up to me, right, and he says, "Festive greetings, Commander." And I said, "Yeah, I sorted you right out," and copped him right in the baubles.
There we go. That's the messages from back in the day. Right. So, yes, everybody who does celebrate such things, please do have a marvellous Christmas if you celebrate it, or a couple of days off with loads of food if you don't, or whatever else.
And if you're struggling to celebrate it, bear in mind the Steam sale started a couple of hours ago, and there are an awful lot of ways of drowning your sorrows at anything up to 80% off.
Yep, and obviously, Hutton Orbital and the truckers are always here, so if you're on your own and you need some company, do ping a message in the Discord or out on the Facebook page, and I'm sure there's somebody about who can give you a bit of company or, get up to shenanigans with you, or you can go blow up Thargoids, or whatever it is that you want to do in your free time for a bit of company.
Deliver some mugs.
Pardon? Deliver some mugs. Deliver some mugs, yes, yeah. Go deliver lots of mugs. We're 113,000 in. About a quarter of the way?
11,300.
We're just shy of. We're over 28% of what we think. We're about.
So, Flossy, you're saying mini cow ? You may have missed that in the chat earlier. There was a message from Commander Psycho Cow to say that very soon, very very soon, he might be a grand cow. As in, a member of the family may have gone into labour at some point during the show. Does that answer your question, Flossy? Oh, we've lost Flossy.
Yes, no, I was on keyboard, sorry. Yes, I knew it was coming, but I thought something might have actually happened then when I saw that.
Oh, no. I think Noctu was asking, is there news on Minicat? No,
right,
Noctu, these things don't happen that quickly, okay? Not unless they've got a springboard. Ba-doing.
Oh, look. My sister didn't get out of the car park, so...
I'm not sure exactly when it's happening, but I knew it was coming.
Well, it's in the process of happening, apparently. So
she didn't get out of the car park.
Everybody wish the mini cow and the mini cow all the very best of wishes.
Mini cow and micro cow.
Yeah.
Did she deliver in much the same stance as she conceived, with her legs sticking out of a taxi window?
It.
No, he will come around it. Cow says it's hopefully soon. Yes. Well, it'll be huge news when it happens, and I'm sure. Well, I'll tell you what. Next week, that means we've got special news. Hopefully. Yeah. And adorable, noises and things. But anyway, in the meantime, look, do have a marvellous Christmas, everybody. Enjoy the company of friends, enjoy the company of family, enjoy your own company, whatever it is that you're up to. Remember to eat lots. Remember to
drink
lots. Whether that's just fluids to stop you falling over, or it's Centauri Mega Gin.
Way ahead of you.
Shall I hit this? I'm going to hit the button again before we do the end of the show bit. I'm going to have to. We've got to do the LCU thing again, yeah?
Yeah.
If we must.
I'm going to see. This might be the right one now, so let's see. I'm going to mute your mics and hit the magic button. And there is once more LCU's big number 2.
On the first day of Christmas, I scanned biology. A cordyceps in the brain tree. On the second day of Christmas, I scanned biology. 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the third day of Christmas, I scanned biology. 3 receptor umbrox, 2 anemones and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the fourth day day of Christmas I scan biology. 4 fumarola, 3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones, and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 5th day of Christmas I scan biology. 5 bark mounds, 4 fumarola, 3
Right, that's it.
receptor
I'm putting the
unbugs, 2
studio mics
anemones,
live.
and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 6th day of Christmas I scan biology. 6 cactoid of vermis, 5
bark mounds,
4 fumarola, 3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones,
And a cordyceps in a brain tree.
On the 7th day of Christmas I scan biology. 7 nauseous discus, 6 cactoid of vermis, 5
bark mounds,
4 fumarola, 3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones, and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 8th day of Christmas I scan biology. 8 tussock ventusa, 7 nauseous discus, 6 cactoid of vermis, 5
bark mounds,
4 fumarola, 3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones, and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 9th day of Christmas I scanned biology. 9 senior tubers, 8 tussock ventusa, 7 nauseous discus, 6 cactoid of vermis, 5
bark mounds,
4 fumarola, 3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones, and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 10th day of Christmas I scanned biology. 10 bacteria, 9
We need a
senior
karaoke
tubers, 8
version of
tussock
this.
ventusa, 6 nauseous discus, 6 cactoid of vermis, 5
bark mounds,
4 fumarola, 3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones, and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 11th bloody day of Christmas I scanned biology. 11th particular, 10 bacteria, 9 senior tubers, 8 ventusa, 7 nauseous discus, 6 cactoid of vermis, 5
bark mounds,
3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones, and a cordyceps in a brain tree. On the 12th day of Christmas I scanned biology. 12 Alioida, 11 Futiculua, 10 bacteria, 9 sinuous tubers, 8 tussock ventusa, 7 nauseous discus, 6 cactoida vermis, 5 4 fumarola, 3 receptor unbugs, 2 anemones, and a cordyceps
in a brain tree.
It's
yeah,
behind you.
that one had more jingly bells in it, apparently.
Yeah, it had
Or
bigger
had
bells.
jingly
That
bells
one.
in it, yeah.
Yes. Oh, Nocti says his rescue Apex taxi has turned up because he's sitting at the side of a motorway listening to the show, and he's going to get rescued now. So well done, the hull seals or the fuel rats or whatever it is.
Hang on a minute. This
What?
is the mechanic who can't fix his own car.
This is always a mechanic's car. Is always the yes. It's always the worst one. But right, that's the end of the show. We're going to be back next week, and all that it remains for us now, Amelia. This week,
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to do the AFTM.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do the MC.
MC.
Loud.
Oh.
MC.
Cheery Mugmas.
Sorry?
Cheery Mugmas.
The cheery
Merry
Mugmas. Yeah,
Christmas.
that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Should we
instead
all
of
do
the-
it then?
Right. No, well,
Muggy
we will
Jinmas.
do, but we'll count down. But before we do that bit, it is traditional to warn people at this point in the show. There we go. There's a big warning and a klaxon. That what's about to happen is exceedingly loud. If you really don't want damage to your eardrums and everything else, I heartily recommend turning your volume down, moving your earphones away from your ears, putting the cat outside.
Is it just
Putting
me or
it-
is it everyone?
Basically, pulling your ears off.
Yeah, because it's about to be very loud. Do
Yeah,
not
everyone.
tell us you weren't warned. Okay, because it's about to happen. Shall I count down?
Question.
Go on then.
28th is the next.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay. Are we doing a green room?
Ooh, it could be a
Not today.
pre-New Year green room then.
Hang on, I missed all that. I had my headphones off.
Well, that was
That's
very silly of you.
instead of doing
Well, I
it.
was
We haven't
warned
warned
to
you
take
yet.
them off.
Yeah, so
No,
I'll
we
tell
want
you
you
what,
to take them off soon.
Next Thursday is going to be Green Room. So if you want to come in and say hi and tell stories and whatever else, all those that are listening, please do come and join us in the Green Room next week.
Do you remember that time we did a Zoom green room?
Yeah, you're probably going to... You know what? You're probably going to have to do the klaxons again, because this is going on and on.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So just giving up people klaxons. But yes, go to TeamSpeak server, ts.forthemug.com next Thursday and come and join us in the Green Room. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Yes!
Is it safe to come out yet?
No journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. Loading up the T-9s to the brim with grain. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. Swivel likes the pilot on the Xbox One. Alvin at the front, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody yell. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. Give me a launch pad that I can land on, and I'll give you my cargo and sing you my song. No part 22 light years to go. Cruising to Hutton, whoa, whoa, whoa. No journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud like you don't even care. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
the end of the show.
Everyone's buggered off. Why
Just
don't
why
you
don't you
bugger
bugger
off
off
too?
too?